collections are built to last with innovative ribbons of steel that lend extraordinary support and exceptional durability. We offer power reclining designs with power headrests and zero gravity, plus stationary pieces that provide the same extraordinary level of comfort. With storage, cup holders, and USB ports available, you'll find everything you need. Discover the difference of superior lounging with Flex Steel for living spaces.
Living spaces.
The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
Now at 5, tens of thousands of people paying their respects to Pope Francis. The crowds pouring through St. Peter's Basilica as the Vatican prepares for the funeral this weekend. Plus, Ted.
Debris clearance begins for a new group of residents in Pacific Palisades. I'm Ted Chen. I'll have details coming up.
And a crash involving a Cybertruck at the center of it, one of the top high school basketball prospects in the country. The news at 5 begins right now.
This is NBC4 News at 5.
And so we begin with that Cybertruck crash in Winnetka. The driver, Elijah Arenas, son of former NBA great Gilbert Arenas. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Carolyn Johnson. Michael is off. We're learning from police that the 18-year-old crashed head-on into a tree and is now in a medically induced coma. NBC4's Macy Jenkins joins us now from Winnetka with what we know tonight. Macy.
Well, Colleen and Carolyn, this is the scene where that Cybertruck crashed into a tree. Let's have you take a live look here at what's left. You can see the bark is gone from that tree. There are charred remnants on the sidewalk, and there's a puddle of water where left over from where the fire hydrant went off. NBC News, of course, confirming that Elijah Arenas was driving that Cybertruck, the son of retired NBA player Gilbert Arenas. Now take a look at this cell phone video obtained by NBC4 showing the aftermath of the crash.
I think someone trying to get out of there.
This happened just before 5 a.m. this morning on the corner of Corbin and Blythe Avenue here in Winnetka. LAFD responded to the scene and found the Cybertruck on fire after crashing into both a tree and a fire hydrant. Now, we spoke to a woman who didn't want to go on camera, who says she heard the 18-year-old driver banging on the window inside of the car. When she ran outside, she saw a bystander pulling him out of that Cybertruck. Arenas was taken to the hospital and remains in serious condition. The 18-year-old is a top USC recruit whose father, Gilbert, spent 12 years playing in the NBA before transitioning into a career as a podcast host. A law enforcement source told NBC News the investigation is still in the early stages, but it's focusing on possible excessive speed as a cause of the crash. Right now, there is no immediate evidence that alcohol was a factor. Now, his mother posted to Instagram today asking all of her followers for prayers to help her son recover even faster. That's the very latest here in Winnetka. I'm Macy Jenkins, NBC4 News.
Macy, thank you for that. Now to our wildfire recovery. Townhome and condo owners in the Palisades finally getting debris cleared from their properties. This marks a milestone for the Army Corps of Engineers. NBC4's Ted Chen in the Palisades tonight, where crews have been hard at work all day long. Ted?
There was a big push by groups like Pally Strong to include condos and townhomes and apartments in the cleanup process, and today that became reality. The sound of heavy equipment today was the sound of hope for Palisades residents who live in apartments, condos, and townhomes. For the first time, they're being included in the debris removal efforts by the Army Corps of Engineers. Among the first to have what's left of their townhome cleared, Maroon Harb and Patricia Nahigian, who spoke to Today in LA's Brittany Hope.
It's unfortunate that we lost our possessions in our house, but really we are lucky in many other ways.
We had a massive effort to get all the paperwork and everything done, which was good. It really brings the community together.
The Army Corps of Engineers says some 5,000 properties have been cleared in the Eaton and Palisades fires, nearly 120 per day, and about half are now ready to begin the rebuilding process. But officials say the Palisades recovery has been slower, with the area harder to access because of the partial closure of Pacific Coast Highway and the amount of trucks coming in.
It's access access, it's the size of the properties, and the amount of concrete that they use to build them.